Hello there, how are you guys doing? This is Rob of Rule2R Review. Welcome back, and yes, the Smash Brothers Direct, the final Direct for the year before the game launches, has finally just concluded, and so it's time to talk about it. Of course, before we get into the Smash Brothers goods, I did want to do one quick shameless plug for, of course, my giveaway. We are giving away Dark Souls Remastered on the Nintendo Switch because I do have this awesome extra copy here. So we're trying to hit 10,500 subscribers. We're about 170 or so away. So if you want to enter the giveaway and if you like what I'm doing on the channel, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Let us hit 10,500 and make sure you're following me on Twitter too, because I do need to pick a winner and contact you through Twitter. So that is part of the requirements as well. So yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and get into the goods. But just a reminder, subscribe so we can do the Dark Souls giveaway. So the final Smash Brothers Direct just happened. It is, of course, November 1st. And this was pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. I was very, very happy with this Direct. I think I maybe preferred the last Smash Brothers Direct a little bit more, just in terms of like the energy and the pace of it all. But this one had a lot more actual solid info about like new modes and things that we didn't know, and a lot of fine details that they discussed, I think. So I definitely enjoyed that. I also really liked the characters that were revealed in the last Direct, maybe a little bit more compared to this one, but that's okay. It was still all good stuff. This was a great final Direct, man. They've given us like almost 2 hours of Smash Brothers Ultimate information in Directs between E3, the September Direct, and now this one here on November 1st. It's been insane. So yeah, this is crazy here. I have a lot of stuff to go through. I took a bunch of notes I've got on my phone here as far as everything that they went over and the stuff that I thought was really cool and impactful and worth talking about. Obviously, we'll start off with the big things, the big reveals, which were the two new characters. Ken and Incineroar, who is a Pokemon. So, I mean, hey, there's a lot to talk about here. When we think about the new characters that were revealed, I think one of the first things we all think about are the leaks from last week, which everyone was discussing, everyone was making videos about. I made my own video about it, of course, and people were either on Team Real or Team Fake, and I was like kind of on the neutral side, but I definitely leaned way more towards Fake. I absolutely did. And it turns out that, and we're just getting this out of the way in the beginning of the video, obviously, the leak stuff, that leak was fake. It was fake for so many reasons. One is only one of those characters, Ken, showed up in the game, and he was rumored way before that leak. And as I even discussed myself, and actually many people said this, Ken was a character that made sense regardless of that leak, and that little fake armband, a little promotional thing that apparently had the final art for the game and all this stuff. He was already rumored, so I already personally believed he had a pretty decent shot at showing up in the game. I didn't really expect to see him today, but he was there. He was the first character they showed, an Echo Fighter to Ryu, as we of course all kind of predicted. And you know, we also know it was fake because when they showed Ken in that art, when they showed where they placed him in the final art officially, it was way different than where he was placed in that leaked art. So I just thought that was kind of curious and worth pointing out that we know that was fake because only one of those characters showed up. The other one, of course, is Incineroar, and I mean, hey, it's a Pokemon character. A lot of you guys know I'm not really a Pokemon fan, so I don't really know Incineroar from anyone else. But the one thing I can say is watching what they showed of him fighting and going over his moveset and stuff in Smash, I'm actually pretty interested in him. I think he looks like a character I would like to play. What I like about him is he's not like what I normally think of a typical Pokemon character. He's like a bipedal humanoid kind of character. He walks on two legs with his arms, like, and like they said, he even fights like a wrestler. So to me, he's more of like a person as opposed to like a little four-legged animal like most Pokemon are, kind of the way that I see them. And I mean, I still have enjoyed playing as like Squirtle and whatever the dragon character. Oh, now I'm forgetting. Everyone's going to yell at me for the dragon. Charmander, I think is his name in Smash 4. I'm so Pokemon fans are going to yell at me. I'm sorry. Anyway, I liked playing as some of those previous ones. Actually, wait a minute. Lucario, I liked a lot. He was a really good fighter, so I'll give it up to Lucario. He was pretty great. So, anyway, the point is, as a non-Pokemon fan, I think Incineroar looks pretty cool. I will say that these two character reveals, they don't light my Smash Brothers loving world on fire. I think that they're just okay. I thought that revealing Dark Samus and Simon Belmont and King K. Rool on the last one was way, way bigger and way more exciting for me. But that's okay. It's still cool to get any new fighters. And like I said, I'm really jazzed for Ken. It would have been nice to get some other, you know, non-clone Echo fighters from Street Fighter, as I discussed, like Chun-Li or M. Bison, stuff like that, Balrog, Blanca. I think those would have been really cool choices. Although Balrog, maybe they would have made him like an Echo fighter of Little Mac or something, you know, since they're both boxers. So either way, it's, hey, new characters, not the greatest, most exciting characters, but it's something. And so, yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, the next thing they spent time on, and one of the other huge things to take away from this, was the final confirmation of what the internet basically had already sniffed out, which was Spirits Mode. And Spirits Mode is essentially the single-player mode to a degree, and kind of what Sakurai also referred to as the Adventure Mode. So this is our replacement for something like a Subspace Emissary or a Smash Tour or Smash Run or whatever. It's the Spirits Mode. And, you know, I went through kind of a roller coaster of emotions watching the whole demonstration on it in the first couple of minutes. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting and kind of neat. And then there was a period where I was like, actually, I don't know if this is all that exciting. And then near the end, I actually started to get pretty excited when I was really putting it together and imagining what it was like. I was like, okay, I think there's something cool to this. So I'm excited for it. Overall, the Spirits Mode, it seems like a way to basically create buffs and stat boosts, or the equivalent of XP for your characters and fighters. They have this thing where all of these different characters from like hundreds of different video games and from Smash Brothers history have been turned into spirits, and they almost look like little stickers or something. And you go through Spirits Mode, and you fight in order to, you pick the spirit you want to unlock, which is going to boost like your strength or your jump or your speed or whatever, if you have it, and you equip it to your fighter. And so if you want the, you know, X spirit, you need to go into a battle that will unlock your ability to capture that spirit, and all of the battles are unique, weird scenarios, just like how old school Smash Brothers would do that, where you would fight through these just random fighter scenarios of all sorts of things. That's basically what it is, and you basically choose a fighter you like and you want to buff them up with by getting a main spirit, and then you can attach sub spirits to that main spirit, and all of these spirits you're attaching to your fighter boosts different elements of their fighting ability. And so it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's a way to sort of get XP or level up your fighter better than I think what they tried to do with the amiibos in Smash for Wii U. And that's what it is, with just different fighting scenarios. And now what's interesting is they did mention that you can take your fighters, obviously, and match them up in like one-on-one and two-on-two fights and stuff, which is cool, but I couldn't really tell, and maybe you guys caught this and I didn't. I couldn't tell if they said there was an online mode where you could take your spirit enhanced fighter with all the different spirit boosts you have on your fighter and take that online, and maybe like a spirit fighter only sort of online mode. If they don't have that, I think it's a huge missed opportunity, but maybe they did show that and I'm just not remembering right. So overall, that's what it is. And here's what I'm going to say about this. In my last video talking about the Direct, and I've said this even before that as well, I've mentioned how I love Smash Run on the 3DS. I thought it was awesome, underrated, and in my last video about the Direct prediction yesterday, I was like, man, I'd love to see something like an evolved version of Smash Run. And I think one of the reasons I started to perk up about this Spirits Mode near the end is I started to realize, like, oh wait, this is kind of an evolved version of Smash Run. I think I would have preferred Smash Run to the Spirits Mode, at least here before I've actually played the Spirits Mode. Maybe that changes after the game comes out. But the reason I find it like similar to Smash Run is because Smash Run was all about taking 5 minutes to run through a random stage, and you're fighting enemies and doing things, and you're unlocking the same kinds of stat boosts you get in the Spirits Mode, about unlocking, you know, powering up your jump or your speed or your punch or your kick or your final smash or whatever. And that's exactly what the Spirits do. So it's like the core concept of buffing and boosting your fighting ability with like XP boosts, only instead of running through a stage, it's just doing random fights to unlock spirits that actually boost those things for your fighter. So I was like, hey, that's actually kind of what they ended up doing with the Spirits Mode. That's kind of cool. So while I am a little disappointed that this is less of a story and an actual adventure like Subspace Emissary, I feel like it's not really accurate to call this an adventure mode like Sakurai did, but that's fine. While I'm maybe not over the moon about this, I think it's fine. It seems way better than Smash Tour, which was the worst thing they've ever done for a Smash Brothers game. So I'm excited. I hope that there's a lot we can do. And if we can take these fighters online, I think that it'll actually be the best way we can do it. So I'm really hoping that that's true. And speaking of online, they did detail online play quite a bit, which I found pretty cool. The one thing I'm not sure about that they spent a lot of time on is this preferred rules thing. And it was kind of strange. Like, you know, typically they're like, you know, with the last Smash, you would do Smash for fun or Smash for glory online, and that's how it was ranked or non-ranked and yada yada, nice and simple. And I thought that that worked fine overall. But now they talk about the preferred rules. Do you want to play stock? Do you want to play time? Do you want to have items on, items off, smashes on, smashes off, and all these, you know, time limits, all the different parameters that you can set for offline matches, you can now do for online. And the way they described it is you would get put, you know, when they're matchmaking you with different fighters around the world, they're going to pick randomly which person's rule set is the one you're going to fight with. And I might need to go back and rewatch it and see if I can glean more information, but based on just the initial view, I don't really love that idea. And I hope that there's a way to just play without preferred rules. Where you can just play regular, just match. Just play a match, give me stock, give me time. You know, I'm fine with that stuff. It's not that I don't like the idea of doing preferred rules, but the fact that you might end up engaging in a match, you pick the rules that you like, but obviously the other person's rules might be the one they pick, and they might pick something terrible that is the last way you would ever enjoy playing a Smash Brothers game. And the fact that it's just a roll of a dice and there's a 50-50 chance you're going to play a mode online in Smash that you don't really enjoy is what I don't like about it. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's a little too potentially restrictive. Maybe in execution it's not as bad as I'm thinking, and it works out fine, and it's fun, and it doesn't ruin anything, and it's not a big deal to play with the rules you like. But the way they took a couple minutes to describe it, I was like, you know, I think in spirit I like what they're trying to do here, but I don't know that I love it based on the way they're describing it. So I feel like there is just a regular mode without preferred rules that you can play. I think that they said that, so hopefully that's what there is, and I'll probably stick to that if that's the case. But hey, it was nice to get a bunch of information about the online play. It's nice to see them tweaking and evolving it regardless. I think that that's actually pretty cool. You know, Sakurai also mentioned, you know, we're basing this off of proximity, so ideally we want to match you up with the people closest to you geographically as possible. And then they talked about buying like a wireless router connector, and they essentially were like apologizing before launch for connection issues and problems playing online, which I thought was a little bit funny. It's like, ooh, that's kind of stings. Like, they had issues with Smash Brawl for sure. Smash Wii U, I didn't encounter nearly as many problems, but they're clearly expecting problems online, at least at launch for Smash Ultimate. And so they were kind of like, hey, we're doing the best we can. Maybe if you bought this extra thing to boost your wireless signal, that'll be better for you. Stuff like that, which is fine. I mean, it's kind of dumb, but it is whatever. It was just nice to get a bunch of information about the online stuff. Actually, another cool thing that they discussed for online was your global Smash power. And this is cool because it's basically XP, experience points, for playing online. And what's neat about it is the more you play online, the more global Smash XP you get, or what is it? Global Smash power that you get. And the more Smash power you have, the higher your Smash power, the more you unlock actually newer modes and newer abilities and newer things to do online. So to be fair, as much as I'm kind of weird about the whole preferred mode thing, preferred rules thing, this might be a way to balance that, is by increasing your Smash power, your global power, and being able to maybe be more specific with how you want to play online, or unlocking new modes and abilities and things online that other people don't have until they unlock that power, until you get like elite Smash power status, which Sakurai was like, this is the most ultimate, this is the best way to play Smash Online, is with elite Smash power. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, they did spend some time talking about the Nintendo Switch Online phone app. And, you know, they doubled down on, hey, you can voice chat with other people using the phone app. So clearly, no surprise, voice chat happens through the app. But they also mentioned, what I liked here when talking about it, is they mentioned a Smash World app, or a Smash World mode to the app that they're going to launch sometime down the road, which is kind of like this online phone app hub for all things Smash Brothers. And they're like, people are going to be able to upload like clips of themselves and things like that. And so I'm like, hey, That's actually pretty cool. I like that idea. And what's frustrating about this to me is, the idea of the Smash World app, which is really cool, shows the promise of a Nintendo Switch online phone app. The problem is they're making restrictive things like voice chat and messaging, essentially. They're making that be something that you have to use on the app, where that stuff should be on the Switch itself. Leave the app to just things like what they're doing with Smash World. That's, to me, what the Switch online app should do, not your voice chat, not your online messaging for your Switch. So that's kind of where there's a little bit of a discrepancy. But I did think that it's really cool that they're doing the Smash World app. I'm very curious to check this out. Now, they also talked about assist trophies. They gave us the final count of assist trophies, 59. Of course, it's the most we've ever seen in a Smash Brothers game. Some of the ones that they revealed that I thought were cool were Isaac from Golden Sun, further confirming that leak to be fake, by the way, because Isaac was apparently supposed to be one of the fighters they revealed in the game, and he was just an assist trophy, so boom goes the dynamite. But it's great to see him as an assist trophy. Also, Springman from ARMS is an assist trophy, which is cool. Dr. Wily from Mega Man, and Guile from Street Fighter. Ugh, Guile. Imagine if he was just a regular fighter, man. It's just like they showed Rodan from Bayonetta before, and it's like, why aren't those fighters, man? Those would be great fighters, not assist trophies, but it's okay. It's cool to see them coming. Now, just like I predicted in my video yesterday, they did spend a lot of time talking about minor tweaks to all the other modes and just kind of going over other modes and other features in the game. Really small stuff, nothing that was too exciting, but you know, he took like 5 minutes to just talk about a bunch of little random little tweaks and bells and whistles throughout the game in the menus. And, okay, this is a big one, and I was hoping they wouldn't do this, and they did, but they did talk about DLC. So, while I didn't want Nintendo to talk about it in this Direct before the game launched, I mean, at the end of the day, we all kind of expected it, so I'm not, like, super bummed about it. It's just a small disappointment. But if I turn away from the disappointment, I then just start to get excited, because it's like, well, we know that new characters are going to come, man, and I really hoped Travis Touchdown was coming today and he wasn't talked about, so there's no doubt in my mind Travis is coming soon. In fact, I wouldn't be half surprised if he's announced before Travis Strikes Again launches in January, so that they can use Travis showing up in Smash as hype for that game in January. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. And, you know, so we know we're going to get other fighters, and what else did they say? So they're also doing these packs for the fighters for $5.99 a piece, where you get a fighter, a stage, and a music track. That's pretty cool. So when I think about my dream Travis Touchdown DLC for Smash, I might get like the Travis Touchdown character, a Santa Destroy stage, and then like the main No More Heroes theme music track. So that's cool. For $5.99 a piece, I mean, it's a little bit pricey, but considering you get 3 items with it, that's cool. But they also talked about essentially a season pass, and they're calling it the Fighter's Pass, where you get like 5 characters, 5 stages, and some other stuff, which is pretty crazy. And I guess there's going to be maybe 5 different packs that do that, as I think how they broke it down. And it's not ready. They're not ready to talk about everything that's going to be included in it. But they did say that the Fighter's Pass is $24.99. So, I don't know. It's like a good chunk of money for DLC, but as far as season passes go, it's actually pretty fairly priced. I'm just not normally a season pass guy, so I think that once they really detail what the Fighter's Pass includes, that's when I'll determine if I want it or not. But honestly, I probably want every fighter in the game, so I can't imagine I won't actually end up doing it. And then, okay, the last thing that they talked about is pretty interesting, and it's actually another character, and it is frickin' Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant pipes up, man. He's shown up in the game, and what's interesting is he reminds me of how they handled Mewtwo with Smash 4, where he's a special offer. And what they said is if you buy the game between now and like the end of November, I think, or within a certain window of time, I can't remember the dates, then you'll have access to Piranha Plant as a fighter. And so, okay, that's cool. It's another fighter. It's a weird fighter, Piranha Plant, but I mean, it's fine. There's like 1,000 characters in this game, so Piranha Plant is totally fine. They put a lot of time into him. He's got a final smash as PD Piranha, so that's cool. My only concern is, you know, I'm someone who bought this game on Amazon, like, I don't know, months ago, not too long after E3. So I would be really kind of pissed if this is something where you had to buy the game between today, November 1st, and when the game launches. And so if you bought it beforehand, you wouldn't get the Piranha Plant. If that's the case, I'm going to be pretty upset, and I think that would be like a jerk move by Nintendo. But I don't expect that. That's not how Nintendo would typically operate. I'm sure they know. They advertised this game back at E3. Why would they punish everyone who immediately went out and purchased and pre-ordered their copy of the game after E3 by not allowing them to have Piranha Plant? That doesn't seem right, and that doesn't seem like Nintendo. So I just thought it was interesting. I'd be shocked if they didn't make him available for sale for DLC down the road, but the way they talked about him now is he is only available in this special offer. They said the same from Mewtwo, and eventually he became a character you could buy as well, so I'm expecting that to happen here. And so, those are the big bullet point things that I wanted to talk about. There's even other stuff in there. There was a lot of minutia that they went over. It was crazy. At the end, they also mentioned that in North America, there are going to be some places where you can go in public to try out the game before it launches, so in the next couple of weeks, they'll probably announce that, which is cool, you know, in-person demos like at Best Buy and stuff, so right on, that's neat. So like I said, I thought it was a really good Direct. Yeah, Ken and Incineroar didn't, like, light my world on fire, but it's fine. And didn't light my world on fire, Incineroar. but you know, it's still cool. I love Ken, so I'm excited. And Incineroar is a character I don't know anything about, so I'll give him a shot when the game comes out. And overall, I thought it was a really good Direct, man. This game is going to be legendary. There's so many fighters, and there's more coming with DLC. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for Travis Touchdown until I die, man. It's going to happen. I know that it's going to happen. So yeah, I don't really know if there's that much more to say. I mean, those are all the details. You know my opinion. I thought it was a good Direct, and the game comes out in like 5 weeks at this point. It's insane, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. I kind of do wish, like I said, the DLC, I wish they waited to talk about that. But I guess, like I said, it's hard not to be surprised, you know? I mean, we knew that they were probably going to do that, so I guess what's cool about it is just knowing more fighters are coming. That's always nice to have that confirmation, so that's it. Those are my thoughts on today's Smash Brothers Direct. Really awesome. The game comes out soon. We're all overhyped. It's going to be incredible. What did you guys think of the Direct? Did you like the new characters? Did you like everything they talked about? What do you think about Spirits Mode and the DLC and stuff? Or, you know, did you not really like the Direct? Are you mad about the leaks being confirmed fake? I'm definitely not mad about it, but what do you think about the leaks being confirmed fake and all that different stuff? That's going to be it for me today. Thanks, of course, as always, for tuning in. This is Rob of Ro2R, and I'll catch you guys next time on another video.